continuous UV layout for this object. And now it's time to basically take this and take it to Photoshop. That's what it is all about. And what does that mean? So first I'm going to export the UV snapshot, okay? Or rather, I'm going to take this UV snapshot. I select the object and I go to image, UV snapshot, and here's UV snapshot 3 and JPEG 248, 2048, 2048. Apply, and I go to that place. And what I have is this black and white image. Let me get rid of the old ones. Right, this is what I have. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this into Photoshop because this is a JPEG image, and I can basically take it to Photoshop, make a beautiful texture using that as a template, and then put that texture back here. And here's how. Here's Photoshop. I take this UV and pull it into Photoshop. Here it is. And I'm going to use this as my master file to build my text, build a texture. So I can do whatever I need for that. So this is what I do. I'll make this background as I'll call it my UV layout, and I'll create a new layer on top. Actually, I'll take the UV and place it on top because I need to see what I'm doing, and yet I should see the UV also. So I think I should turn this into, let's see, into a certain blend mode. But before I do that, before I decide which one, let me just put some color here. Let's say I want a largely yellow colored cereal box. So find that yellow, paint, and obviously I cannot see it because I need to now go to this UV layout and just give it a certain something. So let's see which one is appropriate for this, because I need to be able to see it all. There we go. So if I put UV layout as a screen, I can see I can do all the work, and yet I can be aware of this also. Let me see. Is there anything better? Screen, linear dodge. Okay, that's not bad. What is this? Subtract. Okay, subtract is best because it gives really clean lines and the color does not change. Okay, great. So now, so I'm gonna build my texture. Here's where your normal Photoshop skills come into play. So let's say I need something. I want to have a picture here. Let's say I want a picture of a cat. Okay. So yes, let's go find, or an eagle. Eagles are better today. So eagles, right? Eagle. This is the picture I want. Let's say. But how do I know if that eagle has to be upside down, or like how do I know if it's right side up? So for that, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You simply can go back to Unity into your file here and check to see, all right, face. All right, this is the face I want, and so I want the eagle to face upwards. So then it should be up. So okay, as long as it's facing towards this thing, that should be good. Here, as long as it's facing towards that thing, it should be good, right? So it's just simple checking for these sort of things. Just clean it. I'll just say, let's say I want that eagle to wrap around. Okay, so there it is. It should be able to wrap around nicely towards this. Okay, and text. I can make text eagle munchies. See, give it a color. So guys, I want you guys to do this hard work in making it as awesome as possible. And don't use some lame font like this. Make it look really good. Find the appropriate something that makes sense for that kind of a cereal box. Oops. And oh yeah, see how I'm accidentally moving this about? Well, just lock that. So I just go to that layer and just lock it. So I can now I can do this more nicely. And that's how you do it. Now, let's say I'm done with it, or I'm almost done with it. Just do a couple more things and then I'll be done. Right now, let's say I want in the sunset here. Oh, by the way, you can certainly do your own art on this. You could just do some sort of art and then bring it in and bring it into, digitize it, bring it in and place it here, or you can paint directly on it. And again, is this the right side up? Yeah, it should be, because we got everything else under control. So there you have it. Now, let's say it's possible, by the way, that maybe for the face to be a right side up, the face should be upside down on the texture. And so then you just go to that and just turn it upside down. Okay, that's all there is to it. But in this case, I know it's right side up there. So you can turn this backwards, upside down, turn to the right, left, to make it all work out on the texture. Okay, done. Now what you need to do is this. Save it as cereal box, your name, and let's call it texture. This is a texture PSD file. So now I'm going to save it. That's my authoring file. Okay, so I have my texture authoring file, but I need my texture, my real file, which is a JPEG file. Right, so JPEG. Okay, so I got that. So now I'm going to apply that here. How do you do that? You go back to where's our hypershade? Okay, there we go, hypershade. And let's leave this alone because we need this once in a while. So now we're going to create a new material. Okay, let's use Fong because it has nice shining things to it. And that's what we're going to apply. Applied. You guys know that you can apply things either by selecting the object and right-clicking and say assign material, or you simply middle mouse drag this onto this like that. Okay, so we have that blank material there. Now in this blank material, I need to instead of the color channel, I need to pull in that file, because we have a real file now. File, and I'm going to choose that path. So this little thing shows up here. Click on it. Go find that file. Go to the texture. Apply it. Boom. Eagle Munchies. There you have it. Now here's the thing. Since I accidentally put my UV layout also, you'll see that Eagle Munchies will have this. When you take this wireframe off, you'll see this bad outline. That's bad. So this is an accident, but at least it shows how accurate the UV is, or the UV layout is. So now go back to this, and this is how you make edits. Let's say I don't like yellow. I like some other color. So adjust as necessary. Yes. No, that's not good. Okay. Okay, fine. Then I hide the UV layout, and of course you save your authoring the file, texture authoring file, and you export again, or save as JPEG once more. Let's save it on top of the old one like that, so that when you come back to this, you just click on this, Oh yes, double click this. Basically, when you just click on this and you say reload, it'll just update itself. Got it? You just need to say reload. And there you have it. It's when this process that you keep developing your texture and making it look fantastic. So now, once that texture is done, then it's back to lighting. Remember 3-point setup, back to lighting it. Put this nice object at the bottom, which I had hidden for a while. There you go. Apply a nice another material on this, like a nice shiny black material, and light and yes, and this basic setup should look good, but we can adjust a few things here and there. But in the meanwhile, but let's do that as a separate pass. So work on getting a great final texture now.